they passed, it kind of just felt like now it's definitely really, it was always serious, but it made me want it that much more. You know what I'm saying? On some spiritual shit. You know what I'm saying? For not only for me, but for them too. You know what I'm saying? I used to say shit to both John and my boy Lee, like, when it's all said and done, that first Grammy, we on the yacht, steak and shrimp type shit.
Yeah, man.
I used to say shit like that all the time. So
yeah, that's what's up, man. Shout out to John, shout out to Lee, man. Rest in peace. So track number 2 out there. We're taking a step back into your realization that music is your calling, right? That's what it seems like the song is really pointing to. But your story isn't necessarily the same as a lot of people that we knew. Growing up, you kind of knew who was into music and who was doing the rap thing. In college, you kind of knew who was doing the rap thing. Mm-hmm. For you, it was like, you know, you sort of jumped into that a little bit later than most people would. So just speak through like how you determined that was your calling and what kind of led up to decision making as far as like committing all the way to it. Because you obviously you understand what that means to even put yourself out there as somebody trying to rap.
Definitely. Man, it could go both ways. You know what I'm saying? But
absolutely.
I say music has always, like rap music has always touched me in a different type of way. You know what I mean? Like I always like really felt what people like Pac, what people like Jay-Z, what people, you know, like that was trying to say. You know what I mean? And, you know, I always kind of wanted to be that. However, you know, I never figured I'd really rap unless I had something to talk about. But I did in the 8th grade I tried to learn how to make beats. Couldn't figure out the program. So whenever I got out the Army, you know what I'm saying, I'm out the Army, I got nothing else to do. It's the middle semester, can't jump in school yet. I see my boy Cidy over here making beats on Snapchat. And I say, hey, yo, bro, you teach me how to make beats? And he was like, yeah, pull up.
Yeah.
And the thing about Cidy is, like, man, this is like it's my guy. It's my right hand now. You know what I'm saying? When back in school and shit like that, we didn't really hang out. But whenever we seen each other, we'd act like we was the friends that we are then, like we the friends that we are now.
That's crazy.
Oh, okay.
So that kind of, that locked in the both the relationship on a friendship level and business level.
So what do you do to sort of avoid those, or at least when you're stepping into music, what do you sort of do to avoid those stereotypes? You know, that, oh, another rapper, like, oh, he's doing this. Like, what was it? Because I'm sure there was a lot mentally that's going through your head. Like, man, I already know what this looks like when I step into this light. So if I'm gonna step into it, I gotta be a stepper, big stepper. So take me through that thought process. Like, did you have concerns of that?
My only concern, I didn't have concerns of that because I knew what I was saying was real, and I also knew that I would, no matter what vibe I'm giving off, I want you to pull some importance from my verse. Like, I never want you to listen to my verse and not get something important from it. And I feel like that's what we need. Hip-hop is really, to me, turned into a comedy show. You know what I'm saying?
Explain that. What is that? What do you mean by that? Comedy show?
It seems like when it comes down to, like, music that's meant to inform, that's meant to heal, that's meant to empower, uplift, you know, it kind of gets brushed aside for the antics. You know what I'm saying? Not saying hip-hop is a joke right now, because it's some real heavy hitters, but the majority of it is kind of like for the antics.
Okay.
And I'm trying to be, me and my crew, we trying to be the answer and the end all to that. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that. Next track, it's last week. We got some features on here.
Okay.
Right? So shout out to the features here.
Yes, sir.
Shout out my Latif. Shout out my boy Cidy Pyramids.
Yeah,
Yes,
man.
sir,
Cidy on
Ski.
this one. And, you know, Cidy, feel free to jump in. But, you know, obviously, one of the first things that I commend about this album, or commend you for on this album, is there's not a lot of features. But there are a few, and it seems like they're calculated, they're strategically placed.
Yeah.
What was the reason? Was that on purpose that you didn't want a lot of features?
I'm not going to say it was on purpose, but I definitely want to stand on my own too. Like with this album, I didn't want nothing to distract you from me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I didn't want you to listen to this album and feel like, oh, this song was good, but only because of this person or because of this element. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and even with that, and like I said, you know, strategic. I like how it seemed you would do the song, but you'd kind of duck off after, you know, you said what you needed to say. Usually you came in with the with the content.
Mm-hmm.
But then what I liked was when the features came on, like you let them shine. You didn't really jump in or play around with it. You let them take over the song and embody the vibe and just sort of stick to it. I really appreciated that because I mean you got some dope talent out here.
Thank you. Sure.
So I just wanted to know if that was sort of, you know, the deal. Cidy, what was that kind of conversation like? Did you listen to the album and you go, man, put me on this motherfucker? Yeah. Or did you, you know, or did Will come to you and was just like, hey, I think you'd be dope like right here? And even like bigger picture, what was sort of your imprint on this album?
Really like when he came to me first with like the beat and I just heard the beat and I ain't gonna lie, I had like a verse and he used to always ask me like, yo, can I hear that verse? But I, you know what I'm saying? But I had got like a new phone. It was like some wild shit. So like, I was always like, dang, he probably don't even think I got a verse ready. So, you know what I'm saying? But I was writing, like I had it in the tuck. So like, I knew when he was like, yo, I'm gonna put you in the stew. This is going on the album. I need your verse. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, yo, come through to the stew. So I came through the stew.
Y'all got Cidy rapping. Like, what happened?
Yeah,
because the last
crazy.
time y'all was up here, he wasn't rapping. He was just doing the beats.
Yeah, you hadn't put out TWIMC yet.
Yeah, it was
nah,
like, you know what I'm saying?
That really just came from being around all the artists. And like, I felt like I was good with words, but I ain't never have that confidence to really make a song. You feel me? So, like, being around my guys all the time, around my team, they like, nah, bro, we can't just have you sitting on this. Like, you're going to have to drop something.
You have a very distinct tone, and I think that's what it is. You can't really speak to it or teach it or even really mimic it, right? But Cidy has his own sound when he comes on the track. Like, he just sounds different. His lingo is different, right? His breath control is different. So, you know, I don't want to speak like too out of, but it's like in the same way you put Snoop on a song. When you put Snoop on a song, you know Snoop's on the song, right? Okay. You hear Cidy, Cidy's on the song, right? And I thought it was dope. I thought it tied together beautifully on this track. But just real quick, like speak to. Obviously, this is a long process. This whole album was put together, you know, pushed back and tweaked and trimmed and then expounded and all types of things. Just real quick, speak to how you put the pieces together. Like how much music did you actually record as opposed to how much you left on the album?
All right, so I'll tell you this. Are you familiar with my project Dirty Game?
Yeah.
So Dirty Game, about 5 songs, maybe 6 songs from Dirty Game was throwaways from Up From Here.
Okay.
Like Up From Here was gonna have a whole different energy at one point. You know, really, Up From Here was supposed to drop on June 1st, 2020. Right before the George Floyd thing happened. What I ended up dropping on that date, rest in peace George Floyd, by the way, and Breonna Taylor, and Dante Wright.
The list goes on and on.
The list goes on.
It's sad out here.
But
sad out here.
I ended up dropping I Am Prize Volume 1, which I still cringe at the time that dropped because it was more of a boppy project, good vibe project. But maybe in some way, in a weird shape or form, it was needed around that time.
This album seems like it's your brainchild. It seems like, from what I've heard recently, this is the album. Like, as an artist, you're always moving, right? But there's some stuff that you're just not willing to move on until it's exactly everything that you envision. Yeah. This album seems like that.
Yes.
All of the sound. I don't know if and you said throwaways went into you know what I'm saying? So it's just like it seemed like you had a certain standard for this album, and if it wasn't coming out exactly how you saw it, you weren't gonna drop it.
Definitely.
So would it be wise to say, even if it didn't come out now, would you be willing to sit on a project for years and years at a time?
Yes. Because there's a particular Rick Ross interview, and I might mess up the wording, but he says it's not about doing it fast as so long as we do it right. You know what I'm saying? And he just was emphasizing how important it is to make sure shit is done right. So I'll honestly sit on a project for a good long time until I feel like everything that I wanted to get off from it is on it. until I feel like I usually approach an album with a sound. I wanted this part to have a very like an astral sound, but still be soulful. To be modern, but to still be able for me to speak. You know what I'm saying, on every beat, no matter what.
Dope. And so now we move on to kind of like I'd say maybe my favorite song on the album, especially the second half. You know, you got Out of Breath, More to Life. It's another song where it's 2 tracks in one.
Okay.
But More to Life to me is when I said Will has grown tremendously. Like just the melody.
Yeah.
Right? And it's polished in a way that I can already tell, you know, anybody who listens to this album can tell, obviously, your growth from the last project to this project, and can tell that you were very thoughtful in everything that you put into it. The different sounds of this project.
Yeah.
No track sounds the same.
Right.
Like I want to make sure that you understand.
Yeah.
That's a big deal, especially somebody from where we're from. But this song is kind of just about, you know, trying to make it happen, proving yourself. And it's almost like, what's funny is, again, this is just my perspective, but it almost felt like Out of Breath is sort of like this paranoid space, but then you get to More to Life, and it's almost like you had to light one up and like, just relax, bro.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
chill out. And so that was dope to me, just the concept of that, because we do get in our heads a lot.
Yes.
And sometimes we just need to chill out and see things through in the way that we do. So I mean, that's am I correct there?
Definitely correct.
Where you're going?
A lot of stuff is just about flipping your perspective or taking that deep breath and that step back just to kind of like see that your situation is probably not as bad as the next man's. You know what I'm saying? More than likely.
Yeah.
Usually, I'm not gonna say that for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Some people got some crazy shit happening.
And that's what I'm saying. Out of breath, it's just like, you know, have you felt like that? Have you felt at times that it's just like, not necessarily that you looking to give up.
Yeah.
You're just like, bro, like,
oh man,
where the hell am I at?
I just tweeted.
I've been running 2-3 blocks. I don't even know where I'm at now.
I just tweeted 2 or 3
going?
days ago. I was a little bit on the uninspired side. And that's I tweeted that 2 days after writing possibly one of the best verses I've written in a year and a half.
Wow.
And that's with the album.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow. There's an interlude at the end of this, and it kind of leads into the next song. It's you and Cidy, I believe, right? You guys having a conversation.
On Pennywise? Or no, you talking about
right before Perfect Timing.
Yeah.
Y'all having a conversation. And that caught my attention because, yes, it's funny. It's comical. But was that a real conversation? Like, did y'all have an actual conversation? Because men don't often speak in that way. And for those who haven't listened to it yet, you know, basically, Will's just like, look, man, if this is the girl that I'm finna get, like, she's better than anything I've touched before. And if I get this opportunity, I'm chucking it up to the rest of them. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't never
Was that a
home,
real conversation between y'all? Like, how'd that happen, man? Tell me about that.
All right, so it was a real conversation. The way that I got it. So sometimes, not all the time, not the feds, but sometimes if we having some real shit and the conversation seems like something that should be heard, as far as like a section of it anyways, I will make a clip out of it, edit it, cut it up, get stuff out of there that don't need to be there, throw it on a song. You know, I kind of get that from Kendrick Lamar. I don't know if he did it that way, but from Good Kid, Mad City, when he had the actual audio clips of him and his homies, I was like, yo, this is dope.
Just kicking it up. I think that happens a lot, right? There's a lot of times where we're having conversations with our boys, and sometimes they're drunk conversations. And sometimes they're just like, just in the moment, you know, things. I think there's a lot that can be taken away from a lot of those. And sometimes we're just not as verbal. We're just not as like
hold everything
communicative. And then, you know, and then if we are, it's a joke, right? So that's why it intrigued me, because you put it on the song, and I'm like, yeah, they're joking about this, but I mean, was this a real conversation?
Yeah,
Did they really sit down and it's like, yo, Cidy, like,
I'm a
she's
goofy
dope.
dude. It sounded funny, but like, it was from a real perspective. You know, there's women that every man goes through it. Everybody, man or woman, you go through a whole phase. You know what I'm saying? You go through. I'm running through y'all. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And whole phase, like, you know, for all it's worth, everybody has this and that to say. It's not always fucking. It's just like you just giving attention to whoever's listening, right? Or whoever's gonna give you that energy you're paying attention to. Probably people that you don't even need to be paying attention to. And that, you know, so I mean, I think that's dope. And you dive right into the next song, track 5, which is Perfect Timing. And that's like your little, you know, you're letting it out there. You're saying it. So first of all, you know, congratulations on that part of your life. You know, all the blessings that come with that. How far along are y'all now? Y'all been together for how long?
Me and her have been together for coming up on 9 months.
That's dope. And the one thing that I wanted to touch on this one is as another creative, I understand what it's like to be in. So I'm in a relationship now, and I understand what it means to be in a relationship when you're creative.
Yeah.
And there's some dope parts, but you know there's some shit y'all got to talk about, and there's some shit that y'all got to go through. So you know, one creative to another. The one question I wanted to hear was, you know, what is sort of those pros and cons when it comes to your work ethic and what you're willing to compromise for giving that attention that sometimes is warranted by the other person.
So I gotta sit the old lady down and tell her like this right here, man. You know what I mean? So there are times where I got more free time for us to kick it.
Yeah.
And then there are times where something happens and I got 6 things to do now. I got to get this interview. I got to get ready for the interview. I got to make sure, you know, my travel arrangements is straight. You know what I'm saying? I got to make sure I'm producing these beats for these artists over here. I got to make sure that this feature is written. So I got to make sure that and communicate with her, you know, that whenever I need just time to myself. And she's very understanding, you know.
That's dope.
Like when me and her locked in, I think she definitely understood that there are times where we won't be able to kick it just because I'm in the music, you know.
That's dope. That's dope. Cidy, is that why you're single? What's going on, man?
Man,
Is it because they don't understand your lifestyle? What's going on? They don't understand your lifestyle? You just not looking? What's up?
I want to, like I said, like it's like I'm not where I want to be, but I'm where I want to be. So I think I'm just trying to like get myself straight first.
Pressure, nigga.
Yeah, no pressure. Look, but I'm really just trying to get myself straight first before I like jump into a relationship, because I'm the type where I like to like give a relationship my all at the same time as like still get me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I feel like I ain't gonna say a lot of women, but it's a good majority of women that don't like understand that. They think like it's something they think it's something they doing wrong. Like, dang, what am I doing wrong? Why is he paying attention to this more than me? But it's not like, it ain't no love lost. Like, it ain't like you not a priority, but I have other priorities too. And I gotta take care of all of y'all.
And even beyond the whole attention thing, what's really deep about it is you know, or what's heartbreaking to be in that situation as a creative is when you realize the woman that you're with is fine with just you being the ordinary dude. I think once you're confronted with that and you're explaining why you need to do this, why you're going to meet up with these people, why you're staying late, why you're clocking out but then going to do something else, and their reply is, you know, well, what's fine with just what you're doing now? Like, why do you have to do more? And so when you have that mindset, it's like, damn, like you don't even understand why I'm doing this. You don't understand.
That shit
you don't understand why the position I want to be in is one that's not just getting by.
Right.
And that can be a tough conversation. It's one that needs to be had sometimes. You know, you don't touch on your last relationships a lot on here.
Yeah.
Facts.
I understand. You know, sometimes you want to be kind of nice about how you tiptoe those waters, but you know, if anything, what did your last relationship teach you, or previous relationships teach you about how to approach this relationship?
Oh man.
Well, shit, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't been in many relationships. So really, I honestly only got the one I'm in now and my first love to compare it to.
Oh, that's crazy.
Between them, it was a whole lot of hope.
If I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure I remember who this is. But okay, so what did that relationship teach you about being in this relationship, if anything?
First off, don't get into a relationship until you're a fully formed person. And when I say that, I really mean just your mental. I don't think I was a fully formed person with her, and I don't think she was a fully formed person with me. what we had at the time was beautiful and all that type of shit. But
yeah, you got to play it down, man. She's the girl's listening.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Ultimately, it just I kind of learned to be more patient. Sometimes listen more than I speak. And I guess you can kind of just say, shit. Also realizing when it's time to move forward too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hear that.
Saying?
All right, good stuff. You're not outing yourself. It's all good. Track number 6, we got Black Throne. We just gonna keep this moving. But the only question I have here, obviously, seems like that this. I could be wrong. It could be this song was inspired by some more recent events going on in our country right now. There's more awareness for like how we move in our communities and what we're doing to protect our people. So I mean, was that sort of the inspiration here? Has your mindset changed as far as buying what you do buy? Do you take a little bit more of a thought process? It's like, who am I really handing this money to? Where is this going? Could y'all speak to that?
Sure. I think that come from I ain't gonna lie, it's like a lot of these companies or like these big designer brands, it's like they don't really like fuck with us for real, but we buying their stuff. I mean, we putting that shit on, you feel me? And I think I would rather put it in the pocket of somebody that's in my community or like kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm on to come up and I want to support somebody that's also on to come up. I know people have dreams and I want people to support my dreams. So I want to support these people's dreams before they, you know what I'm saying, get to where they going. And yeah, that's just how I feel like putting my money in my brothers and sisters' pockets rather than these companies.
I'm starting to find that a lot of these corporate companies with their style, they just like for me, okay, so I'm about to explain this real crazy, right?
Okay.
All right, we following.
So the way I'm eating now is different, right?
Right.
For the most part.
Okay.
Like I don't like mass produced things. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Mass produced. All right, I'm following.
So I don't like things that are all made with the same formula 100 at a time.
Mm-hmm.
No creativity. You know what I'm saying? I like to, like he said, put money in my brother and sister's pocket because I know they're coming up with something fresh.
Right.
I can see the sweat that they're putting in from coming up with this stuff.
Okay.
And being that I'm trying to do my own brand, I'm kind of knowing that it's not easy. So I'd rather support them coming up, you know what I'm saying, before they blow and before they get to the point where now they mass producing and I don't like they shit no more.
Right.
I'm just kidding.
It's a tight rope, man. It's a tough line across. Track 7, Fine Print. This is another one of those, another great collab here. How did that collab come together? Because I mean, this song is just this song is nice. Like
that's wild.
Loved it. Like I said before, man, very strategic with these artists. Where'd you find these artists? Like, how'd that come together?
All right, so Cidy actually found Nep, and he's our newest R&B singer. And he just kind of just fit right on with the gang. Came in smooth. Felice, she's a talented vocalist, singer, R&B artist from the Ville.
Killed it.
Man,
Talented.
I was like, y'all ain't sampled this, did y'all? Let me check, because I mean, she was doing a thing on that track.
She's great.
Yeah, man, she's definitely, as far as my opinion is concerned, definitely probably the best singer in the building. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And but that's because of what I look for in singing, though. Like I look for a lot of power and soul, but still be beautiful.
Do you ever see yourself doing them type of albums like a Big Sean, Janae, like type of thing?
I would love to.
Have you thought about
like
doing
that.
something like that? That'd be dope.
Oh man, I would love to.
That'd be dope. Pennywise is track 8. Man, this was an interlude. Why'd you make this one an interlude? I was kind of curious about that one.
So, I guess because really I didn't have a second verse for it.
Okay.
I had literally no other ideas for it other than to make it something I could rap on, get an important message across. Let my sister get on there and do her thing on the poem. Nobody knows that.
Okay, that's what's up. I didn't even
shout out
know.
Jackie,
Sister creeping, tiptoeing on the beat.
Yo,
That's what's up.
niggas been trying to get that poem for a minute.
Yeah,
since we
Word.
started. Yeah, we've been trying to get her to put a poem on something.
Wow. Did she make it just for that? She just made
Yeah.
it for that song?
I
That's
love her
dope.
poetry.
That's dope. Does she perform at all? Does she do
She
like
doesn't
little
perform. I'm trying to get her
slam
to.
and that?
I'm
I mean,
trying to get her to.
it was dope. It was
Thank you.
really dope, man. Moving right along, man. 9 or actually Pennywise. We'll say this. Pennywise, there was a lot going into that song. There's I heard battling self-doubt, financial stability, police brutality, even fake friends, dealing with that sort of stuff. All of that mental warfare. Are you at a place? Would you say now you're at a better place of like identifying certain distractions and like compartmentalizing those sort of things? Or like where are you kind of at with that mentally?
With everything that was going on in that song, I talked about, and most of the thing about it is, words are powerful, because a lot of that album, like that particular song, I wrote that a while back, and then things started happening in my life that was the exact shit I was talking about. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, I might have lost my train of thought. Just that fast.
There's a lot of things you're going through, man. It's just like,
there it
yeah.
is. It definitely taught me to the things that happened as a result of me writing that song.
Yeah.
I would say definitely taught me lessons on how to pick up on things from situations and with people faster, instantly, and distance myself. Which leads into that next track.
Yeah, focus. Exactly. and I peeped that. I was like, I'm starting to piece these together. Like, again, you were very strategic with this project. You put each song together in the right order, and it's just kind of like telling a story. It's like telling your thought process, and it's just leaving us to sort of interpret and maybe even have some self-reflection. So in Focus, you're talking about cutting people off, maintaining your peace. You're okay, but you're okay with that.
Oh,
and
totally
I think
okay with
the thing that I pulled out of this song is just like, that's a very different feeling between allowing someone to phase out of your life and cutting them off. Like, there's a very big distinction between the two.
Yeah.
So, like, more importantly, have you been in situations where you've just had to cut people out for whatever reason?
Oh yeah.
Can you speak on that a little bit?
I'll cut a motherfucker off for my self-love, because I love myself. You know what I'm saying?
How does that conversation work though? Like,
It's kind of like, damn.
maybe an example if you don't want to put anybody
I'll
out
say
there. But
look at you. I have this thing where in certain situations I step outside of my body and look at myself.
okay,
Have you ever like been very in the heat of the moment?
don't do
during
drugs, kids. Don't do drugs. That's what I said. Will is meaning metaphorically speaking.
Yeah.
real shit, like you be in the moment, like and you find yourself acting a certain way, speaking a certain way, not necessarily out of character, but a certain part of your character that, if released, this shit could be bad for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And for me, it takes more energy to be negative, to be angry, to be mad. So, and I'm also a very hard person to get there. So if you do get me there, oh yeah, your ass gotta go. I have no discretion. We could be the best of friends. The minute I see something different, you gotta go.
That's important because a lot of people don't have that ability. Some people are less confrontational. They're just like, let me just slowly allow this person to kind of phase out of my life.
Yeah,
that
works
Yeah,
too.
but I think it's important, to understand if somebody's bad for you, get them out of here. And it doesn't mean I love you less. It just means
I love you
what
from
you're
afar,
doing isn't
or
really
different.
contributing to my life. Track 10, Many Men Fall Short. Sometimes rappers get lazy on the back half of the album. Songs get a little longer or shorter even. There's a little bit of lesser complexity to the substance, the rap scheme. The track comes on, and this track comes on. It's on the back half of the album, and it's a fun song. It's an upbeat song. It's melody in the first half, But again, we've got dual tracks in one song.
Yeah.
That I mentioned before. So 3 times now throughout the album, was this a conscious thing, or was it more of a battle in your head that, man, I can't just overwhelm this project with songs, so let me just combine the two? Because some of them do connect, right?
For sure.
Genuinely. But there's others where it's kind of like, well, he could have actually made a whole nother song just on this perspective alone. Like, so what was that thought process?
So, all right, with Many Men, I wanted a quick vibe. Like, I wanted something completely left field from what I was doing the rest of the project.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just to kind of make people, oh, you do this too?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I'm saying?
Like, and you did that throughout the album. That's what I was saying. I'm like, man, I gotta commend this guy because he's trying other things, but it's working.
Yeah.
There's not a weak song in the project. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not just saying it because you're here. I'm saying, like, I'm very well known in, like, my circle for just being, I'm critical. Like, I'm not gonna have you out here thinking it's the next best thing if it's not.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's certain things that, you know, you should sort of work on, I'm gonna say that.
Facts.
But that's why, you know, that's one of the reasons you're here and we breaking down this album, because I really do feel there's a lot of growth here. We've every time we hear from you, you're getting better. Mm-hmm. And it's important to point that out, but it's also important to tell you when all of the different emotions that we're hearing throughout this album, you're consistent.
Thank you.
So definitely, you know, applaud you for that. That was dope, man. So yeah, what we fall into on track 11, we got Ceiling Flows Part 3, just third iteration of, you know, a song that you've done now twice, and it got me. It reminded me of the other sort of, I guess, plot songs or series of songs that we've heard throughout history. You've got like Cole's Dollar in a Dream. You've got Drake's Time and Place sort of song projects. You got Meek Mill's Tony Story.
Yeah.
So like, obviously, I'm assuming it's safe to assume those are sort of inspirations, like that type of flow. What's your favorite one that you can kind of pull from, even if it's not, you know, one I mentioned?
I'm gonna definitely say. I'm gonna pick one for all of them with Drake.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna say.
Oh, I just meant like your favorite series, but okay, yeah, okay. We could do that too.
Cause I love all of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You don't have them like if you could rank them, you don't have a. It's tough, man.
It's tough.
It's tough. All right, go ahead.
I'm gonna say for Drake, 5 a.m. in Toronto.
I think that's my favorite. That's my favorite one too.
He
was mad, boy.
Yeah, he was mad as hell.
It's that, and I think 9 a.m. in Dallas is probably a close second. But yeah, go ahead, man. That's same one.
I'm gonna say for Cole, I'm gonna say Dollar in a Dream 2.
Okay. Yep.
3 was hard too, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but 2 was the one for me.
Okay.
For Meek Mill, I'm gonna say Tony Story Part 2.
Which one? I'm trying to remember which. That was on which mixtape?
That was on
Dream Chasers. Because I was gonna say my favorite one was I want to say it's Part 3 is the one that was on his dedication on his it was the one with like he had mad features on the project and it was like an orange cover art.
Oh yeah, when he had the braids.
Yo, that shit was crazy, but I think Tony Story is probably my favorite. Like, you know, series.
Facts.
I might be missing a few, but okay, 2. Okay,
and then who else did?
Yeah, give me one that's not like.
Then Kendrick even did it with the heart joints, and for that one, good God,
man,
boy, crazy.
I'm gonna say the heart part. He has one. I forget whether it's 2 or 3, but it's the one where he say something 8 and 24, like a clone Kobe Bryant or some shit like that. Niggas, 8 niggas in the hood with 24. It's a clone Kobe Bryant or some shit like that. I think
that boy is a problem. I don't remember which one that is.
That might be 2.
I think that's 2. I got a thing for number 2.
All good.
Because number 3 had J-Rock on it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't like the ones with the feature. The first one, I just fell in love with the first one recently. I ain't really listened to that one like that back in the day. 2 was my favorite, but then 1, it's something about that one that just
on that Shine Your Light joint.
Yeah,
that shit is
hard. That shit
do you see? How long do you see? I mean, I don't know. You don't want to give too much away, right? But do you see yourself continuing that past 3? Ceilings Flow.
I think 3 might be the cap off for the Ceiling Flow.
Okay.
If I do
Would
one
we-
more, I'm gonna go crazy.
Would we maybe start to see another sequence of songs, maybe, or are you just kind of leaving
Definitely.
those alone? Okay,
I love doing
we
series.
can leave it there. We don't have to say too
Yeah.
much. You know what I'm saying? Because what was it? Maybach Music is another one.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
Forgot about
So
that.
those is crazy. So we're gonna end this up with the last one is Pray. That's the last one on the track, and I mean just as nice as possible, capping it off with this type of vibe, throwing in another great collab. These are guys in your crew, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So speak on that. Like how'd you guys approach this? Because again, this was a solid way to wrap up the album. Again, just commending you on these features that you sort of sprinkled in, and it's the right voices here.
Yeah.
But there's a unified vibe here. You got to tell me, did you guys do this all together in the studio? No, that's crazy
No.
because it sounds like y'all were there. Like,
Yeah.
what was that conversation like? How'd you guys pull those together? And if you can, is there like a quick studio story that you can give us?
Okay.
If you have one.
All right. So I'll start off by saying this. Pray was actually starting to be written early 2020. That's one of the oldest songs that he produced.
Oh, that's crazy. All right,
Yeah,
City, there you go.
Hey, that's one of the
Shout out to
like
City.
one of my
So,
favorite songs.
Get your
that I
producer
produced
credit
on.
all over this album. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Billboy ran AZUS Records,
Yep.
stepper right there. He's to me, he got the coldest pen.
Oh,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, Ram Pin is
Poetically,
crazy.
like
Yeah, all right.
I knew he was the guy that was gonna say something that was gonna make somebody cry.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Or at least hit you in your chest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And say it in such a beautiful box.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
This was a great way to end it, man. This is like when you hear Deluxe, you throw that like
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
last song there, man. It pulled it all together.
I
Okay,
had,
cool. So
and then the second half when the beat changed, I had my boy Sean play a piano rendition of what Cidy sampled.
Mhm.
okay.
So he did that on his own accord. I got that. Then I already knew I was gonna get Felice. I was looking at Miracle the Alien because me and Miracle the Alien did work with Malcolm Chester.
Yep. Shout out to Malcolm.
Yup,
Shout out Mal.
Malcolm Chester.
Yeah.
Amal
TLC.
Latif. We got a whole collab EP in the cut
Yeah.
that we did in like 2019. Still ain't put it out.
And that leads to my next question, man. What's next, man? I know you're gonna let this one. I'm hoping ride.
I'm
a
gonna let
little
this
bit.
one marinate.
Okay. You got merch. I think you mentioned you got merch coming with this.
Look
or
out for my first merch collection after September.
after September.
Prized possessions, baby. It's
Awesome.
going down.
Awesome. You want to give us your tags one more time? Let us know where the people can find you.
You can find me on Instagram at william.prize. You can find me on Twitter, William Prize. You can find me on Facebook, William Prize. You know what I'm saying? A whole lot of William Prize shit. AZUS
Whole
Records
lotta.
Instagram. In the bio, William Prize.
That's what's up, man. Appreciate you coming up. Of course, City, man.
Yes, sir.
Let us know where they can
Ski.
find you. Let us know if there's anything we can look forward to on your side too.
I'm gonna say you can find me everywhere, literally everywhere. Just type in Cidy Pyramids. You're gonna find me there. It's the same thing on every social media, and just expect something in the way by the end of the summer. I mean, well, on the way.
We on your
There's
head.
something on the way by the end of the summer.
Me and City Theo.
Yeah, we
Don't
got.
forget, the heat is on.
Hey, that's gonna be crazy. Definitely look forward for
Look out
that.
for the duo.
Look
collab
forward
project.
to that.
I love it. I love it,
Got it.
man. If this is the first time you're listening to us, make sure you hit that subscribe button. You can find us anywhere you consume your podcast. That's Google Play, that's Apple Podcasts app, Spotify, iHeartRadio app. Go ahead and follow us on social media at Elevated Daze _ place of YS with a ZE. That's what you got.
Yeah.
And yeah, man. Again, hopefully we get you up for a third time. One of these days, y'all gonna have to come up. We just gonna have to kick it. You know what I'm
Let's get
saying?
it.
We'll have to
Yeah.
go out
Yeah, I'm
one of
with
these
that.
nights and just live it up, man. But I appreciate y'all coming.
Yes, sir.
Ville fam, always welcome up here.
Eh.
2-6. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody doing their thing back home. And yeah, man, we looking forward to this next music. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Sirski.
All right, y'all. We out.
Squad. I'm ready.
お前こそ相当ガタが来てるように見えるぜ
I've been waiting on it, waiting for it, getting to it, can't ignore it. It's
It's all on my mind, niggas moving shady. Been praying daily, I hope he hear me, I hope he save me. It's harder to find something real, who fucking with me. They wanna ride when I was walking, niggas wasn't with me. They wanna talk when I was falling, wasn't buzzing with me. With me, with me, with me, with me. I've been trailing behind my forward thinking. Staying present is hard when you growing bored with each and every passing day, scheming on how to bring some green in, tired of living broken door. I'm trying to be Willie Beeman, no this ain't no bop in it. This some prize, mix a itty bitty bit of pock in it. Fuck the cops in it, spin the block 1,000,000 times, it ain't even crime in it. Ulterior motivations, I can see your eyes grinning when you apprehend me so quickly, exuding force, holding on for dear life while you exuding more. I know some humans that been rotten and that's to the core. And I put locks on insecurities into alarms. Self-reflection, niggas mirror all the moves I'm on. The other foot, that's what the shoes is on. I'm true to form to my own mold. I heard the devil tryna own souls. You saw yours so you could own gold, foolish nigga. I've been waiting on it, waiting for it, getting to it, can't ignore it. It's all on my mind, niggas moving shady. Been praying daily, I hope he hear me, I hope he save me. It's harder to find something real, who fucking with me. They wanna ride when I was walking, niggas wasn't with me. They wanna talk when I was falling, wasn't buzzing with me. With me, with me, with me, with me.
Humanity. The more things changed, the more they stayed the same. This earth, 360 revolving. One grows up when they realize every problem ain't worth solving. Negativity is not a part of the grand design. If any wish to leave, in my mind, it's fine. Time is only a construct.
As the soul continues to dance infinitely.
Consciousness beyond all measures. Like calm before thunder.
Peace upon the sunrise.
Another chance to seek out spiritual and mental treasures. Get them out the mud, polish those diamonds, throw the jewels back so that others may find it.
I'm saying though,
share the wealth, recognize the light can't be all for self. So if you're not trying to fill the cup,